Hi, my name is Lance Mattingly, and today I'm going to be giving my speech on someone that I consider a friend, a coach, and most importantly, my dad. If I had to sum him up into exactly three characteristics that best describe him, I would call him hardworking, fun loving, and warm hearted. Now, to hop right into hardworking, one of the best quotes that I've ever gotten that was from him was that hard workers beat talented people every single time that talented people don't work hard. And that's something that I've always kind of brought to heart. And I don't know if in running, if I'm specifically talented, there's not really a way to just call someone talented, but I've always tried to be someone that outworks my competition because of that quote and what he's passed on from me. Now, as someone who is obviously a physical hard worker, you can go back to when he was in his competitive racing days. He would wake up super early before the sun comes. He'd wake up before the sun, and he would get in uh, miles and hours of workouts and then come home, get ready, and go to work. And he did this on a schedule where he was working maybe 53 hours a week and still putting in enough training to be able to be a competitive racer and one of the top runners, bikers, and swimmers in the area. And while I think that's super impressive, and especially the elite levels that he was doing it, what I think is even almost more impressive is that him being someone that comes from a family where he wasn't super expected to get a college degree. He ended up going to the St. Louis College of Pharmacy and becoming a pharmacist, which is not a super easy profession. And now he owns his own store and a couple other things and provides for all of us with comfort. Um, the second thing that I'd say that describes him is he's just a super fun-loving guy. You can just tell he has such a hard time sitting still. Um, I'll be sleeping, and then he'll come in my room, wake me up at like 7 a.m. and say, hey, let's go for a hike, let's go for a run. He's always ready to do something. He's always up for going out and having fun. And another thing is he's not only just a racer with his body in running, biking, and swimming, he also used to be a competitive car driver and a go-kart driver. So he really knew his way around strategy when it came to racing and running tight lines. But one thing that hasn't went away from his hobbies is going to the lake, skiing, tubing, wakeboarding, and also traveling and seeing what the world has to offer. And nowadays he does that with his two kids, me and my sister Tori. My third characteristic that I'm going to use to describe my father would be warm-heartedness. And when you think of fathers, I think everyone thinks of a strict, authoritarian kind of figure, someone that lays down the law and is constantly playing the bad cop. But in my house, that role is almost kind of reversed. And not only is he someone that's lenient and caring and able to put himself in other people's shoes, he's also someone that just walks in and lights up a room and has his witty jokes and his loud laugh that just kind of makes you laugh at him a little bit more. But not only that, he's also someone that can get serious. And one of my favorite moments is with him is after one of my races when I'd done really bad and pretty much lost the state meet for my team. He was able to pull me aside, get me to calm down, and help me keep my head up and kind of helped me use this as something that put a chip on my shoulder and let me work out and try and come back better than ever, which is exactly what happened. And I reached a new level, and hopefully that won't happen again, but that hasn't happened since. And I've been able to put in work with my team because of something that he said to me that's stuck with me for years since. And another thing that I really enjoy about him, and people don't really talk about this, so I don't know if this is what everyone's father's like, but he's not a proud enough guy to cry in front of his family. He's able to really get serious and emotional when it's needed, and that's just something that's pretty beautiful when you look past everything. I mean, it's something that we need to talk about more, and I think it's kind of shamed in our culture now, but really it's a completely awesome thing to happen. All in all, to conclude, I could list so many characteristics. I could go on forever, but I think that these were 3 things that nicely capped it off, that can sum them up really nice. And if I had to give this speech during a kind of special occasion, I might actually use this in a couple of years when he's having his 65th birthday, to remind him that he still is able to pass as someone that's half of that age, and kind of remind him that he still has that youth in him. And that's my speech. Thank you for watching.